I am the hated Aosenma.
What up, guys? J Drone here, and yes, this is the hated Aosenma. Check it out. See those blades? My blades got scuffs on them. This thing is dirty. We've landed this so hard that I had to put another zip tie on there. This drone has been through the ringer, okay? There is a proper way to do this. As far as starting this up after not flying in a while, I'm not gonna do it the proper way just because I want to see what happens. One of two things are gonna happen, and this is the battery just pushing in here. And actually, we should be starting our controller first. We're gonna go ahead and start our controller. And bamzo. Okay, so one of two things here are gonna happen when I decide to fly this. Because I have not calibrated it. It's either going to do a front flip or it's going to fly properly. I have no GPS lock yet. I'm not gonna rely on it. We're not gonna fly out of sight where I'm gonna require to do a return home. Right now my sway switch is on 2, that is for GPS. On 1, that is for altitude hold. So we are gonna go down and out. Down and out. What is going on here? Okay, I'm sorry, sway switch was on 3, which would not allow me to do it down and out. So here we go, we're gonna try again. And up. Look at there, guys. This guy sat on the shelf for quite some time, and it's up in the air. Had somebody that I converse with on a day-to-day basis call this drone garbage. Dude, you see those wide legs on it? And right now we're in GPS lock. See all the clouds? I mean, despite the sun over there, see all the clouds? It is very poor GPS time as far as locking on the satellites. That's all it took. I stand almost 6 foot. That's probably up maybe 7, 8 feet. And it's locked on the GPS. But yeah, somebody said this was garbage, man. And I kind of got a little butthurt over that, dude. Like, I haven't done a pre-flight check on this. We're still not locked onto satellites as far as the controller goes, but the drone's locked. It's sitting there. This drone has been a workhorse. I put a Walkera gimbal on it. That's why I have the legs on here. I've done weighted flights with it. We'll go ahead and do a little fly out. You do want to do pre-flights on this. The whole reason for this was to literally take this off my shelf after sitting for a long period of time, just to see what would happen. And again, pop goes the weasel. It's locked. GPS is locked. You guys see, I didn't calibrate this. I do suggest you guys calibrate this prior to every flight. This is generally where I fly this, so I felt pretty confident it would be all right. But I have had times where I need to calibrate it and do a front flip because it wasn't calibrated. We're gonna go ahead and put this down a little bit just to get all up in the grill of the Aosenma. All up in the grill of the Aosenma. And look underneath it, guys. This ain't one of those new ones with an optical flow sensor. This is the old one. This is the last of the real Aosenmas before they threw optical flow sensors on it because people could not figure out how to fly this. Dude, look. Look, Ma, no hands. It's sitting there. We still, and again, just to show you, we don't have lock as far as, it's dual GPS. That has GPS, this has GPS. It's so cloudy and overcast, there's so much precipitation. I'm surprised that caught GPS, but the controller still has not. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it up a little bit higher. I'm gonna take it out of GPS mode where it can fall like a brick. Maybe. Let's see. The wind is, okay, now we are out of GPS mode. See the backlights are red, and hold on. Bam. Backlights are green, that means we're in GPS mode and it held. But I want to kind of just do a punch out for you guys with this. So again, we're gonna put it up here because we're gonna drift back because it's not gonna be in GPS hold. Right now, GPS hold. We're gonna put this up to 1, lights are red, and now this is manual. Not manual like acro manual, but we are not in GPS mode anymore. And what does that result in? Results in a little burner. Results in a drone that can haul butt. Very bright LEDs all the way around. The LEDs underneath it are the ones that you want to, there's 4 screws underneath there. Where that red light is in the back, we'll put it over top. I mean, the red light, where the red light is over the back, you wanna tighten those screws. You don't wanna over tighten them before your flights. And I haven't. So there's a possibility of a motor flop. But I feel pretty confident it ain't gonna happen. Again, just to lock it in the GPS, guys, woo! Get at a stable height position. Stable height position before you do that. Go ahead and hit that second switch, GPS locked. And now we are locked here. We are completely locked, guys. We're GPS, we're locked. We have GPS all the way around. There is follow me on this drone. There is return home on this drone. If you do not let it sit on the ground before acquiring all your GPS on your controller and on your drone, do not hit that RTH. Like I took off before GPS sats were locked, I would not want to hit return home, although it would probably work. It would probably bring it to close proximity to where we were because I wasn't that far away from myself. But I wouldn't chance it. I would not chance it. Absolutely would not. Cool factor on this drone, out the roof. It is a little bit darker out. It's not super dark, but this whole thing will glow like a glow bug when you get this out at night. What up, Aosenma? Face to face with my favorite bird, the brushless GPS Aosenma. It's kind of drifting. Again, poor satellites. But for the most part, it's staying there. It is definitely drifting, not gonna lie. It's drifting a little bit. I think maybe we grabbed. We might have grabbed. Slowly drifting. Little uppity up. Should sit there. It shouldn't drift at all. It does seem like it's losing altitude a little bit. And I think it's about stuck. It does have a little bit of wind that it's combating against it. It's leaning a little bit with. But there you go, guys. We're gonna fly this for the full flight of the battery just because I haven't flown this in forever. I have another battery charging. I don't know if I'm gonna come back out and fly it though. A lot of people cry about this drone, man. My blue one that I've painted, I didn't do a pre-flight check on it in 3 months of hard flying it in the winter. And then eventually it crashed the day after I painted it, of course. It was because the motor flopped out because my motor screws weren't tight. And then since then I flew it a bunch of times, and I do have a motor out on that one. It might just be the poor job that I did repairing it because I didn't solder anything and kind of twisted wires. So maybe the wire's out. I haven't popped that shell open. But dude, I've had this one here almost as long as that blue one, if not longer. Or maybe this is, no, 232. That's the number of this one, 232. My blue one was my first one, and coincidentally, it's numbered 001. You can see those clouds moving. It is not optimal time to be flying a GPS drone right now, I'll tell you that. Try to get a nice picture of this guy. Try to get a nice picture of my friend here. Aosenma for life. And sure, I'm not gonna lie, the factory had quality control issues. Absolutely they did. Where if you got one of these, there's a good possibility you didn't get a good one. But that was very well known. So if you got one of these and you didn't do a full teardown of this and check all your solder points, kinda on you, kinda on the company. But if you did get a good one, which it's getting darker out here, you can see the GPS beacon. There's a light in the GPS beacon that is blinking. There's a light inside here, which you can barely see, that is blinking as well. Dual GPS. This thing can hang in heavy wind. I flew this in extreme cold weathers, which I really shouldn't have, but I did because I was thrilled. I was thrilled, absolutely thrilled. I think this might have been actually my first, nope, might have been my third GPS drone. I think the Phantom was my second, maybe. No, the Phantom wasn't second. My first one might have been the Parrot Bebop. My first GPS drone might have been the Parrot Bebop, and this one I do believe was my second one. Has independent electronic speed controls, chips on each arm. I don't know what type of flight time we're at. Look, no hands. It's just gonna sit there. We're gonna check, see what type of flight time we're at already. We're past the 11-minute mark, guys, and we are still cruising. This thing gets good flight times too. Weighed down with a Walkera gimbal and a GoPro on it, thing gets good flight times. Just under 10 minutes, I believe I was clocking it. I custom painted one of these for one of you guys, Mr. John. You know who you are. Kind of crazy Mars color. I hope it don't start raining. It might start raining. I thought I heard drips in the puddle over there. I want a full flight time on this. But he said his is flying good, dude. And he's had his for quite some time. I have a lot of people who have bought off me that theirs are flying good too. I have a couple people that bought off me that didn't know how to fly it, and they kind of crashed it prior to flight, and the thing never flew properly again, or they didn't have the parts to refix it. But it's one of those things, man. You really got to do your homework on this drone. But if you don't do your homework on this drone, I just showed you, this thing has sat on the shelf since my last video. Go ahead and look back on my videos, and look, it's sitting nice. Look back on my videos, and you'll be able to see the last time I flew this. And I think it was the last time I flew this might have been the time that I landed hard and busted up one of the propellers. As you can see, it's leaning back, it's leaning back into the wind that is blowing this way. It's working properly to maintain that altitude and the position hold. Obviously, it's not a Phantom, so it's not gonna be as precise, but that's pretty darn good, dude. I'm not on the sticks, it's chilling. Lost a little bit of altitude here, it's straightening out, but as the wind kicks, it's leaning back. It'll do the same thing if we put the nose towards it, it's leaning forward. Put it this way, it's leaning this way. It's doing its job. And yes, Aosenma for life. Mr. Blue Eyes. The most hated drone in the world. Go ahead and fly it out here a little bit. And again, I'm not gonna go crazy with it just because I didn't lock that GPS in. If I do need it to RTH, I don't have it to where I feel confident. And again, just let off the sticks there and it sits up there. I don't have it to where I would need it. My brother, he has one. I don't know how often he's flying it, but he killed 2 of them. He killed 2 of them in his starting of his flight career. He used to go to the range. He used to take it over cities and just fly. He would just fly, smash, return home, and come back. I'm not that brazen. I like the drone. I don't want to fly over a city and partially hurt somebody. He was a little bit careless when he was doing those flights. We're just gonna move over here. I'd like to get it like right in front of that sunset for a nice little picture. Nice little picture time with the Aosenma. You do have an LVC warning on this. You'll get an alarm. You do also have a low battery warning on it and a out of range meter on it. We're gonna bring it down. Maybe we're getting a nice picture there. It's moving a little. Moving a little because that wind, for the most part, she's sticking. Leaning that way. There we go. There's our LVC. So maybe we got a good picture. I'm gonna bring this over here and we are gonna land it. If you 1, 2, 3, it'll land. That button, 1, 2, 3, it'll take off. I like to do everything for the most part manually. What is going on here? Okay, that's, thinking, what is going on? It's just countering the wind. Easy, easy. Nice soft touch. Hold down. Motor shut off. Guys, Mr. Aosenma, the hated drone. We pushed about a 15-minute flight.
Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I know you really love me. I know you do.
Guys, I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. No toggle on this. Got to pop the battery out later.